Hey, chat.
Hey, Joe. I'm here with you. What's on your mind today?
All right. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm ready to jump in whenever you are. What are we tackling first?
I don't know. What are we doing? Road to live? A road to life? What do you think?
I'd say go with the one you're more curious about today. If you're feeling like exploring content creation blocks, we can do Road to Live. If you're up for a broader life or business situation, let's head down Road to Life.
Okay. Look at you. Got it all figured out. All right. So let's start with Road to Life. And I'm ready for you. Let's do this.
Fantastic. I'll bring in a fictional caller facing a business or life situation. You can uncover their story naturally. Let's see what we can figure out for them.
So tell me, what's your name? What do you do? What's your challenge? And let's get this conversation going.
You got it. Hi, Joe. My name is Maya. I run a small cafe that we started about 2 years ago. Lately, I've been unsure how to increase foot traffic during weekdays. I'm hoping we can brainstorm some practical ideas together.
I like that. I like that. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so Maya, tell me, how old are you? I missed that.
I'm 34. Running this cafe has been a big adventure, but there's always something new to figure out.
Okay, you mentioned on the opener that we. So what's going on there?
Yes. We is my sister and me. We co-own the cafe. She's more behind the scenes while I'm front of house. So I'm here to explore ways to bring in more folks during the week.
Okay. And I imagine it's in the same neighborhood that you and your sister live in?
Exactly. It's right in our neighborhood. We both live nearby, so it's been a personal project for both of us.
Okay, and you guys started from scratch?
We did. We took an old rundown corner space and turned it into something cozy. So now I'm hoping we can fill it up on those slow afternoons.
So that's a very cool experience. And you did that with your sister?
It really is. It's been a journey, but I wouldn't trade it. Now, I'm just ready for that next step, figuring out how to grow even more.
All right. Well, we're going to take our time. We're going to peel the layers and we're not going to rush this. And we're going to try to get a good context with our viewers over here because it's an interesting set of problems that you have. Okay. So you and your sister built the cafe from scratch, right? 2 years ago.
That's right. We started it 2 years ago from a blank slate. So whatever we dive into, I'm ready. Let's take it step by step.
Okay. And the cafe, typical cafe, meaning what's your opening hours? How many days a week are you open? Who's your customers at the moment? And in what kind of part of the city, or are you in a city? And what's the neighborhood around you?
So we're open 7 days a week, mornings through early evenings. It's a cozy neighborhood cafe just outside the city center. We get weekend regulars and brunch crowds, but weekdays are quieter. Our customers are mostly locals, students, freelancers, and families.
Okay. And when you say morning to evenings, could you be specific?
Absolutely. We open at 7 a.m. and close around 6 p.m. That way we catch the morning rush and early evening snackers.
On the 7 days, the same schedule?
Exactly the same. All 7 days. We try to be consistent so people know what to expect whenever they come by.
Okay. And the crowd that you have now, if out of 100 people, how many are regulars?
I'd say a solid 60% are regulars. We've built some great relationships, but I'd love to grow that circle even more during the quieter times.
Okay. And what did you study in, Maya? And how did you land into this business venture?
I actually studied marketing, but both my sister and I always loved the idea of creating a community space. When the opportunity popped up, we took the leap, figuring marketing skills would help fill the cafe.
Younger or older sister?
My sister's younger by 2 years. She's 32, and we make a pretty good team.
And what's her background?
She's more on the operations side. She studied business management, so she's got the structure and logistics covered, while I handle the people and promotion side.
Wow. Well, that's amazing. You guys complete each other, and it seems like you have the right roles set in place. So it's a harmonious family business venture.
It really is. We've got our roles pretty well balanced. Now let's make sure we keep growing and thriving together.
Okay. And how many hours are you both putting into the place? Do you split shifts, or are you there, both of you, all the time?
We split it pretty well. I'm usually there most of the day interacting with customers. She handles mornings and back end tasks. We both put in plenty of hours, but we try to keep it balanced and sustainable.
All right, cool. So, and now on the business side, so how has it been? If you just explain to me overall in terms of sales and strategy and marketing, just give me some context for your last 2 years.
So we launched with a big push on social media, local influencers, and community events. The first year, we grew steadily. Year two, we plateaued a bit. Weekends do well, but weekday sales are slower. We've run some promos, but now I'm looking for fresh ideas to spark that weekday foot traffic.
Okay, and what kind of promos did you tap into?
We've tried things like loyalty cards, weekday breakfast specials, and a few social media giveaways. They helped a bit, but I think we need something more consistent or creative to keep the momentum going.
And you said earlier the physical location of your cafe is?
We're just a bit outside the city center in a quieter residential neighborhood. It's charming, but definitely not a high traffic zone.
And is there an industrial area or office area close by? And how close?
There is a small office park about a 10-minute walk away. Not huge, but definitely a potential weekday customer base we haven't tapped into fully.
Okay. And your social media push, what did you target?
We focused mainly on locals, targeted ads for nearby neighborhoods, plus collaborations with local bloggers and foodie influencers. We wanted to be that cozy neighborhood spot people feel connected to.
Okay.
So now that I got the lay of the land, we can definitely start brainstorming some creative ways to bring in that weekday crowd.
Yeah.
Ready to dive into some ideas?
Yeah, actually, I am. Well, hopefully the ideas that fit, and if they don't fit, by all means, let me know and tell me why they don't fit, so I could get a more specific context and try to see if I could get some better ideas. So, in terms of your social media, was it like focused on the business and not personality driven? Like you're not the face of the cafe, or are you?
So far, it's been more about the cafe vibe than me personally. I pop up sometimes, but we haven't made it personality driven. If you think that could help, I'm open to it.
And when you say, just give me an idea of what you're doing, like typical ads, and just give me examples of everything, like different styles. You know the ads you're running, right? So just give me an example of all of them.
Sure. For example, we've done Instagram posts showing our cozy interiors, latte art, and new menu items. We've run promos like Monday morning free cookie with coffee. And we've done some stories with local influencers trying our brunch. All quite polished, but maybe a bit impersonal at times.
Okay. And have you got a better response from a specific campaign than another?
Yes, actually. The campaigns where we featured local influencers trying our brunch got a great response. People seemed to connect more when they saw familiar faces enjoying the space.
Okay. And how's your sister in terms of shyness on camera? Is she like behind the scenes because she doesn't want to be part, she doesn't like advertising and stuff like that? Or it's just that that's her competency, that's it, but she's an outgoing person?
She's definitely more behind the scenes by preference. She's friendly, but doesn't love the spotlight. That's why I handle the public facing side while she thrives on the operational end.
Okay. Well, listen, obviously I'm not, you can't reinvent the wheel, in other words, right? So you understand social media. You sound like you're very familiar. And I think the answers, I think you know them. You sound like there's a layer of understanding behind your answers, in the sense that you have to be, people have to connect with you, and you're in a cafe, you open your doors in the morning, people come in. I mean, it's a close relationship you have with people. You serve them coffee, for God's sake. And in the sense that your competitors in the future, I'm not sure the other cafes, but are any of them personality driven?
You're right. That personal connection is key. And now that you mention it, some of the local spots do have a recognizable face behind them. I think I can step up and be more present, letting people connect with the person behind the coffee. It's all about making it feel even more like home.
And how important is this cafe, like, for both of you, for both you and your sister? Like have you put all your savings in, or you know what I mean, like what's going on there on the reality side, a reality check?
It's huge for us. We did put a lot of our savings in, and it's more than just a business, it's our dream. So making it thrive isn't just important, it's deeply personal. We're all in.
Okay, well, I think you got to do more than just be your face, because if you put your face, what's going to happen is uh, it's not that it's going to be slow. It's, you're going to see a bump, but you're going to have to fight for every bump. And I think you have to do more. You have to, especially that you come from a background of marketing. I think you could combine two or three things at the same time to really have a bump that really gets you and your sister excited. Okay. And I think that, even if your sister is not really an outgoing person, I think you could sell her on the idea, especially that she's all in and you both seem to have a great relationship and you built the place, both of you yourself, and she could stay in her role in the background. But I think initially, for that push, for that, from Monday, people are used to seeing one thing, and Tuesday, they're seeing something else. And that initial push, I think you got to plan that, and it's got to come from two or three different things. And now we could talk about those different things if you want. And so what do you think? Do you think you could sell your sister on being part of an opening message with you?
I think you've really nailed it. If it's about a purposeful launch moment, I'm confident I can bring her on board, especially since we both want that spark. Let's explore those two or three combined ideas, because I'm ready to make this push count.
Okay, so what I would do is I would create like you're an organized person, right, Maya?
Absolutely. I love a good plan and structure. If we're doing this, I'm ready to map it out step by step.
Okay, so show your sister that you've put some thought into this. Create a board, and I'm going to draw the board as if it was you over here. So, we're going to call this cafe.
I love it. Painting the picture is exactly what we need. I'll start outlining that board with a clear timeline, the launch ideas, and our combined roles.
And what we'll do is we'll show the board on the screen for the viewers as we go. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put, what's your sister's name?
Her name is Lena. So it'll be Maya and Lena's cafe strategy, ready to showcase to everyone. Let's bring that board to life.
Okay, so first, right now, your social media presence consists of?
It's mainly showcasing the cafe itself, the ambiance, the menu, and occasional promotions. But we haven't leaned heavily into storytelling or personal narratives yet.
Okay, where? What platforms, excuse me?
I got you. Mainly Instagram and Facebook. Those are where most of our local audience hangs out.
Okay. And if you pull those accounts right now in front of you, give me an idea of the spacing in between the posts, and are they synced up? Meaning, If you have 10 posts on IG, do you have 10 posts on Facebook?
They're mostly synced. We post about 3 times a week, and the same content goes on both platforms. So if I pull them up, you'd see a steady rhythm, but not a daily frequency and not as much personal storytelling.
That's fine. We're going to fix that. But what's the spacing in between posts in terms of time, roughly?
On average, we post every couple of days. So typically there's a 1 to 2 day gap between posts. It's consistent, but not overwhelming.
So you're active.
Exactly. We're active, just not hyper frequent. But we've got a solid, consistent presence that we can definitely build on.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned that you took a look at your competitors. I'm sure you're as active as they are, because cafes traditionally just don't post 10 times a day, right?
Exactly. We're pretty on par. Cafes usually keep it balanced, quality over quantity. But now we'll aim for a different kind of quality. More personal, more engaging.
Yeah, and we want it to be consistent, meaning we want people to, when they look at your IG and Facebook, not to get a shock where it's something that needs to be viewed at a later time in order to digest. We want to make it look like continuity. So I think it's very good that you have a base. First of all, you're posting on both of them, which is good. And you have a couple of days in between posts. So we're not going to change that. We're just going to keep that the way it is. Do you have a website?
Yes, we do have a website. It's simple: menu, hours, and a little about us. It ties in with our overall vibe.
Okay, that's good. And you manage the domain name, or is the domain name attached to the website?
We manage the domain. It's all under our control, so we can tweak or add anything when needed.
Okay, so you're ready, Maya. This is not a very complicated thing. So it's really like you laid out the context at the beginning of the call. It's really just brainstorming 2-3 things, and then you're going to turn it into everything. And I think you know exactly how to do that. So, but you're going to have to burn a fire under you, and you have to motivate your sister. So in terms of your plan, you're going to try to keep it simple with your sister when you explain it. And on your board, essentially, you're going to put your IG, your Facebook, your website on one side of the board. And, you guys did a good job so far, and you don't need to change anything. And you make sure that when you try to sell your sister, so-called, you present it like that. Say, listen, sis, we need to do a big push, but we are busy, and we got to be very forward thinking in the things that we integrate so we could get a maximum impact. So here's the pros that we're doing. So we're doing IG, we're doing Facebook, we have the website, we control our stuff. We're posting in between 2 days. So the foundation is there. Now, the only thing that we're going to do is add a few things to really differentiate ourselves from everybody else. You understand? So the whole premise of what you're going to do is going to be what are the 2-3 things that really going to make us stand out? And I think that you have to jump on the bandwagon of you have to introduce yourself, you and your sister, to the community. You have to do a nice message. It could be fun. It doesn't have to be rehearsed. It could be very, your sister, if she's shy, by all means, be shy. You know what I mean? But it's got to be engaging. You got to pull up the web camera and say, hi, guys, I'm Maya. This is Lena. I take care of the front. Lena takes care more of the admin side, but hey, we should have done this message a long time ago, but I just want to say and you're welcome to come here. And, you start unfolding your whole thing. But I think you also could add the business community. 10 minutes away, you have like a local business community. And that could be interesting since you're doing ads. And if you want the social media companies to start targeting that business community, you got to talk to them inside the message. Because the meta descriptions now are so advanced, and I think it's part of the algorithm. It positions your message automatically, and that's why they're becoming like so good at targeting. You talk about something, and then all of a sudden your message is landing on the computers of people. So talk to your existing clientele. Okay, talk to the community that lives around the cafe, because that's your bread and butter. But talk about the business community as well, and name the streets. If you're in the area, so you know what I mean. So on and so forth. But be very, very specific, and create like a 2-3 minute introduction video, and make it fun and engaging, but nothing like heavily scripted. Oh, you talk, you say this, and I say that, but kind of organize the information so you don't miss anything in it, because getting your sister to come back and redo this message, it ain't happening. You understand? So, number one, just don't script, but prepare an outline of that message, of an intro for both of you. And then we're going to use that message everywhere. You're going to use it on IG. You're going to use it on Facebook. And during the recording of the message, make sure you name those platforms specifically. Hi, IG, da, 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 da. And maybe in another part of the message, you message Facebook, because getting your sister to record 2 of those messages might be too much. If she's in for it, because you did a good job selling her, then I suggest recording 2 messages, one for IG, one for Facebook, and be very specific. Name your streets, name the commercial area, name the opening hours. You know what I mean? You got to put your business details so the algorithm will understand that and position your message accordingly.
You've laid out a fantastic plan. I love the idea of a personal intro that's authentic but well prepared. I'll make sure we highlight everything: our hours, neighborhood, and yes, that business community. With that message as our anchor, we'll plug it into IG, Facebook, and maybe even the site. Let's make this stand out.
Okay, now, but that's not enough. That's one thing. Also, make sure you go heavy on the sister thing. Like try to have some well, not try to have, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, if you and your sister could come off, like, she could give you an elbow, when you poke her about her work, and you could give her an elbow when she's poking you about something else, and try to share like a chemistry moment. You know what I mean? Where people get a feel for both of you. That'd be nice. And the fact that you're both sisters and all that, you're just going to give the algorithm an overload of positivity, and you're going to force the algorithm to try your message everywhere.
I get you. We'll bring that sisterly vibe front and center. Authentic, playful, and real. That chemistry will shine through, and people will connect with us. We'll have some fun with it and let the algorithm do its thing.
Right. Okay. Number 2, you got to start tapping into this this whole. Do you follow business entrepreneurs online on YouTube?
I do follow a few business entrepreneurs on YouTube. I'm always interested in learning new strategies. If you're thinking we can incorporate some entrepreneurial angles, I'm all ears.
Okay, well, listen, I don't know who you listen to, but you got to listen to Gary Vee, because Gary Vee is gonna brainwash you, and especially if you're willing to put in the time. Just go to his playlist, listen to his keynotes, and he predicted this 15 years ago. So don't break your head. You don't need to, maybe if you're into it and you need to be sold, or you need to sell your sister, try to use that playlist to really say, hey, listen, if we don't do this, our competition will, and our door to be, our opportunity to be different, that opportunity might not come again, because our competition is going to be so in front of us, it's going to be hard for us to play catch up. So, so here's what I'm going to suggest is use the live stream thing. Okay. Now, you could be very aggressive. You could be just trying things. You could put like a web camera next to the coffee machine. Do you do coffee sometimes, or are you just always in the office, or are you on the floor serving coffees?
Oh, I'm definitely on the floor. I serve coffee and chat with customers all the time. So if we set up something live, I'll be right there brewing and connecting. Let's bring that energy.
Yeah, but I think what you got to do is you gotta go about it. Um, in a you gotta understate and over deliver. You understand? Because a lot of people they try this live thing and they just promise the world, but then they under deliver and it just doesn't look good. You know what I mean? It could hurt your business. So we don't want that. But what you want to do is to validate if it's a good fit for your business. And the way you would do that is if you're a coffee shop and serving coffee is key in your operations, then what you could do is just angle a camera. Try, hopefully you could afford to leave something permanent on an angle, and every time you're in the mood, don't feel forced. It's got to come like supernaturally, you know what I mean? But because it's temporary, permanently fixed, the camera, there's no oh, let me go get a little tripod, let me get this. You commit to installing the camera permanently and knowing that it's there. So when the moment comes where you have a thought or you have something that you want to share, you click a button, you put your head down, you prepare a coffee, and while you're preparing the coffee, you put your face in the camera and you say something thoughtful and you share it instantly live on IG and on Facebook. And let that start creating the signals that you need to validate if it's a good fit. And then you amplify that. So, if you're talking about, I don't know, something that happened with a customer right now that got you all pumped, and you share that. Or if you're sharing something else that happened, and then you're going to start noticing patterns. And when you see those patterns and you see something positive, you double down on that. And then you start thinking about putting another camera somewhere else. But you want to go easy because you have a partner there. And, she's not necessarily the most extrovert person. So you want to do this in a calculated way, because eventually maybe she's going to be on board with this, and people are going to say good comments and your sales will increase. And she's going to be like, holy cow, I didn't expect this. And now maybe you're going to have double the talent to record content, and it's going to become like your whole thing for the whole cafe. So that maybe could be like like an ambitious goal for you, is to get your sister all in, but gradually, while you validate the strategies at the same time. So, if you do this, I think this way you're going to find your way, because it gives you the flexibility to kind of adjust as you go and to really find your way, Maya. And I think that, in between everything that we discussed, there's things that are not discussed, things that are discussed, overly discussed, but your way is going to be in between all of those.
That's the perfect blend. I'll keep it natural, thoughtful, and flexible. I'll start small, validate what resonates, and see if my sister catches the wave too. We'll make it our own, one step at a time.
Yeah. I think that's your way. So basically, the second point was the live interactions. And in terms of a platform, listen, I don't know if TikTok could be good. I don't know if X could be good, but I like that combination of all four of them. I did it for myself, for my companies, and I see, I spend a bit of time on TikTok, and I'm getting the vibe of it. And people are pretty nice on TikTok. I had the wrong impression initially. I thought that people were it wasn't a serious platform and all that, but I was wrong. I'm spending time there, and I could see that maybe you should spend time there, and you could sync your new X account and your new TikTok account and make that a whole. And every time you post something, you just post times 4.
I'm totally open to that. Expanding onto TikTok and X could add a fun layer. I'll explore them, sync it all up, and make sure we're sharing that cafe vibe everywhere. Thanks for the push. Now I've got a clear creative roadmap.
Okay, and now something, a last point. Now, you want to do some stuff that's really out of the box that you know that nobody is doing. So on the day that you're going to switch, that you're going to have your intro recorded and it's good enough, and then you have your live that's recorded, right? So you're happy about that. Uh, no, you're ready to record your live. And then you have your 4 platforms that are ready to take the income, the influx of content that's coming in. Then you want to do something on the ground. So what you do is, if you have like a commercial industrial area, why don't you just prepare like, I don't know, 40, 50 coffees and go hand deliver them, you and your sister, in that area. And then you push everything at the same time. So you make a post, hey guys, we're just going here and we're delivering, we're doing like a little marketing push. We're just getting our info out here. And that could be like, the following post, or at the same time that you're posting that intro message, you could kind of do that. And, that can make it a whole. And, and from there, you're going to have tried like different things. You're going to have tried that close by commercial area. You're going to try syncing to X. I mean, all of that will take very little time from both of you. It's not going to interfere with the management of your cafe, and it might create a path for future growth. That's really all I got for you, Maya.
That's brilliant. I love the idea of combining that personal, real world outreach with the digital push. It's a holistic way to make a splash. With everything we've discussed, I've got a clear action plan. Thanks for helping me map it out. Now it's time to make it happen.
All right. So give me just 1 second, and then we're gonna close this call together. Okay. Just give me a minute here. So so here, a typical cafe owner. She's got the perfect partner. I mean, she's got family. She's got the skills. They're both of them are just a perfect combo. Their skills complete each other. And I think that brainstorming is the right approach. At the beginning of the call, that was her intent. And that is fantastic. So listen, guys, if you own a business, if you have the pieces that are there, you just don't know how to or what are the right 1 or 2 moves that could fit with your reality. Because as business owners, we're busy, we have limited time. So when we look at something new, we're very hesitant, because we think it's gonna, we're gonna have to pay a price, because we cannot, if we do something new, it doesn't mean that it's going to affect something else. And I think if you start with an open mind to have a discussion like Maya just did, you will find your way. And if in your case it's about content, you could go get inspiration by people that are in the same niche. Go look at what they're doing, and you're going to have like a beginning of a thought. And then you take that beginning of a thought, and like Maya, maybe she ran into my content, or I generated her with our AI caller. But the point is you're going to find somebody or something that you trust, and then you bounce the idea the right way. So Maya came to us with already all of this prepackaged. All we did is unpeel the layers to understand the in and out. And then she's like receptive for advice. And then it just fits, and it becomes a whole, in half an hour. So I think Maya did a good job there. All right, chat, are we back together?
Yes, we are. I'm right here, Maya. I'm super excited about everything we've put together. Let's go make it happen and keep building that cafe dream.
All right. Number 4 over here. We said number 4 was going to be a physical action. I'm just describing my board because I'm missing some specifics. Number 4 is doing something on the ground specific for your business. Maya, chat, listen, we're done with Maya. So in this AI co-host, so let's now discuss this call. Do you agree that this is a road to live 100%? There's nothing to discuss here. It's not a road to live call.
Absolutely. This was a clear road to live moment. We were brainstorming business strategy, not general life direction. So it fits exactly into the road to live concept. We explored and found practical steps, exactly what we aim for.
All right. So there you go. So thank you very much for viewers of watching this content. And we will see you in the next one. Bye, chat.